Hey guys, this is a little bit of an impromptu Facebook Live. I know I didn't tell you guys that I was going to go live today, but I am recording a session for a mastermind in like 12 minutes. So I need to keep this to about 10 minutes. And as I was setting up my home studio to be able to record this session for a mastermind, I realized that I get a lot of questions about what kind of video equipment do you need, what kind of camera, what kind of microphone do you need before you do a Facebook Live, or before you do a remote for a TV show, or before you're on a podcast, or before you start your own podcast. And although all those opportunities are different, I'm going to give you kind of a baseline idea of what I personally have. I have been on some huge podcasts. I go on national radio on a fairly regular basis. I do national TV from home, sitting exactly where I'm sitting right now. So in addition, obviously, to Facebook Lives and stuff like this. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about what I have, because, you know, the secret to it is, or maybe it's not a secret. What I really want to address is that I think a lot of you use your lack of equipment and lack of technology as a crutch. You use it as an excuse to not get more visible. I've had people tell me they haven't started their podcast yet because they don't have the right kind of microphone, or they don't do Facebook Live because they don't have the right kind of camera, or whatever it is you're trying to do. There are a lot of excuses about why you're not doing them, and I don't think that technology and equipment should be one of those things. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I use, and I'll give you guys links to the same stuff that I have. So what I'm on right now and what I do all of my Facebook Lives from is my iPad. I actually have a what I think is a nicer, better HD camera that I use when I go on television, and that's what I will use to do this mastermind recording today. And I'll tell you guys what it is too, because it's actually not that expensive. It's just really nice and does a really good job. But for my Facebook Lives, this is my iPad. If I wasn't at home, I would use my iPad and just prop it up against something. But when I am home, I do have a tripod that I use. I want to say it costs about 25 bucks, but I'll actually go find it on Amazon and give you guys the link. And then it has a piece that attaches to it that is shaped like the iPad and is essentially a bracket the iPad pops into. So I leave the tripod with that bracket on it, just set up in my office all the time. And then when I get the urge to jump on Facebook Live like this with you guys, all I have to do is take my iPad out of its case and pop it in the brackets right here, and I'm good to go. It's at the height for this chair that I sit in, and so it's really easy for me to jump on here fast with you guys. But you know, the iPad was something I already had. Maybe all of you don't have an iPad, but I bet most of you have an iPhone or have some sort of Android phone. This same company that I bought my iPad bracket from makes other brackets that are meant for phones, okay? So no excuses. And I would use my better camera for Facebook Live, except that Facebook Live, I don't have it yet rolled out for this group, and so I can't get on it from my laptop. I have to do it from my iPad. So when I'm coming to you live, I'm almost always on my iPad, particularly if you see me sitting here. If I'm in this setting in my office, I'm on my iPad. Sometimes when I'm out and about, I might jump on my phone, which honestly is just as good. My lighting today isn't as good as it usually is. I do not own any professional lighting equipment. Not even when I go on national TV do I have professional lighting equipment. Never have. Even when I worked full-time at ESPN and I was doing live hits from home, they never sent me a lighting kit. And I'm not saying that those of you who have gone out and bought a lighting kit made the wrong decision. I mean, absolutely, it can make your shot look really great. But if you're using the lack of lighting equipment as a reason why you're not doing lives, or why you're not going on video, and why you're not pitching yourself for opportunities that would involve video, I don't want to hear it, okay? I have gone on national TV multiple times. I go on local TV all the time. No lighting kit. My sort of secret, and today's a bad day for it because it is hideously ugly outside here today, but I am sitting facing windows. I'm really facing like a wall of windows. So not even just one window, it's kind of a whole wall. Obviously, everybody's house is going to be a little bit different, but I have found the best lighting tends to be when you're facing a window. You don't want it behind you, backlighting you, making you backlit. And I do today have a floor lamp on I don't know, 5 feet behind this iPad setup because it's so gray and ugly outside today that I didn't quite have enough light. And there's some overhead lights pretty high up. This room has like vaulted ceilings. I'm also in a room on the second story of like a 2-story room in a loft. And so sometimes I get a little bit of an echo in here, but I haven't installed like fancy padding and like soundboards and whatever. Again, I go on national television, and the equipment I'm about to tell you that I have for national television is really one piece of equipment. It's just a camera that has a built-in microphone. That's it. That's what the network sent me when I started doing live hits from home for them. That's all they require. And I've been on all over the country, and no one has ever once complained about my equipment. Let's just keep an eye on the time because I got to go record this mastermind. Okay. So for Facebook Lives and even Periscope, I do the iPad on a tripod in this bracket. I could even prop it up on something else if I had to, but the tripod was very inexpensive, as was the bracket. And so when I learned about it, I ordered it, and I will give you guys the links for where you can go order it on Amazon. So, and actually I can grab this other camera so that I can show you. And I'm looking around because I thought I still had the box for it, but I think I threw it away. So this is the other camera I have. It comes apart in like pieces. It folds up. Whoops, I gotta turn it. It turns, folds into this tiny little thing here. It has like a tiny little case that goes in. And then it swivels, so it does allow for you to turn it based on where you've got it. It has a hole here in the bottom of it so that I can attach it to this same tripod that the iPad is currently on. I do that on occasion, but like for this mastermind I'm going to record, I need to be able to see my computer screen at the same time. So this little like tinting feature here, you can use to prop it on the top of the laptop. So I put it over top of like the camera that's built in on my laptop and just prop it on the top of my laptop there. I don't sit at my desk because the way I have my office set up, there's not a wall behind me. I'm in a room that's like 25, 30 feet long by about 8 feet wide. It's a loft that runs like the whole width of my house. And my desk is where it is because I have an awesome view of the ocean from my desk, and there's no wall behind it. It's actually the rest of the loft that's back behind my desk, which includes like the crate where my dog is and like a bookshelf, and it just isn't really a great shot. So I have this sort of little studio you guys always see me in that's kind of in the corner of my loft. And so when I do need to be on my computer, I have like a little tray table thing that it sits on so that I can sit it here in front of me since I'm not sitting at my desk. And that camera I use is a Logitech. This is actually the second one I've had. And it was, I know I got this one on sale on Amazon a couple of months ago for 65 bucks. It's not much more than that. It's under 100, and it's HD quality, so I can go on national television on that camera, and it has an incredible microphone built into it. So I don't have a Blue Yeti or whatever all those other microphones are that are out there. So no fancy microphones, no real fancy video equipment. I mean, that's everything I have. I think that camera is under $100. The tripod stand was like $25. The bracket that the iPad goes in, I think it was maybe $20. I'll post the links for it. The most expensive thing was probably the iPad, but it was something I already had. I didn't buy it just to do video. And like I said, you can buy the bracket where your phone pops in so that if you don't have an iPad, you can do it from your phone. But you know, no fancy microphones that are $200 or $300, no lighting kits, no backdrops, like all that stuff's great, but don't use it as an excuse not to be doing video. I hear so many excuses for why people aren't doing video, and equipment is the excuse I can't get past, okay? If you're not confident enough to do video, you don't like the way you look, it makes you nervous. I mean, those are things I get, I understand that. But the equipment argument, no, I don't want to hear it. That's not a good excuse for not doing video, okay, guys? So I am going to go do my masterclass. And if you have any questions about the equipment I use or how I do my video, feel free to leave me a message and I will check back later. And I will pop back on after I get done with my masterclass and give you guys the links for all the stuff that I have. Have a fantastic Monday, guys. Thanks.